What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another GeForce Now News Thursday, and it's a pretty big week. We had some great news come out of Gamescom from GeForce Now with their RTX 5080, among a bunch of other things being added to the service. So we'll go over some of that here. We've got 13 games for the week, a lot of those being the Total War series from Sega, so we'll list all those out. And GeForce Now is also expanding to another new region, so let's go ahead and dive into it. Nvidia is going to be launching GeForce Now in India this November. It follows Thailand as the latest region to gain access to GeForce Now through GFNA partner Brothers Picture, enabling even more gamers around the world to experience the future of cloud gaming at the same great membership prices. Be among the first to tap into GeForce Now's RTX 5080 power from the cloud by upgrading to an Ultimate membership today. Server space will be limited, so be sure to lock it in. Now, we also had a ton of information come out of Gamescom for GeForce Now, like we were talking about in the beginning of the video, and I covered this in a dedicated video that I'll link in the description if you want to check that out. But basically what we've got is RTX 5080 SuperPods coming to the service. We're getting install to play for the Steam library, so games that have been opted in on Steam but haven't been added to GeForce Now yet will be install and play capable titles using storage on GeForce Now. There's even a persistent storage upgrade starting at about $3 a month USD for some additional storage to keep games downloaded on when you're not online. There's also a new cinematic quality streaming mode, which is going to bring 100 megabits per second streaming, plus clearer, better looking graphics, some AI visual stuff happening there as well, and should be able to clean up some of the things that tend to look a little bit more muddy out in the distance, among other things, finer details when it comes to a lot of the games streaming on GFN. Support for hardware and displays continues to expand as well, now including racing wheels from Logitech. There's certain models that are going to be supported on there, and up to 90 FPS on the Steam Deck for the OLED's 90 Hz mode, and on certain LG TVs, 4K 120 Hz and HDR streaming coming as well. We've also got a partnership with Nvidia, Discord, and Epic, bringing Fortnite as the first game to get integrated into a new feature where directly from Discord, you'll be able to click on and launch into games. So this is one to keep an eye on because this has a lot of potential into the future with partnerships like this and having games available to basically just click right on Discord or even other services or platforms and play right away. Of course, there's also a ton of great games coming this fall to the service, and every week on GeForce Now Thursday, we're going to cover everything as well. But there was a lot of great information to come out of Gamescom, and I was happy to hear the India expansion into that region as well. But that brings us to the games we've got for this week, so let's go ahead and list out the 13 titles joining GeForce Now this week. We've got Stick It to the Man, which is a new release on Steam for August 18th. Blacksmith Master, a new release on Xbox's PC Game Pass for August 19th. Void Breaker, a new release on Steam and Xbox's PC Game Pass for August 19th. The Rogue Prince of Persia, a new release from Ubisoft on August 20th. Funko Fusion on Steam. And then we have Total War Medieval 2, Total War Attila, Total War Saga Troy, Total War Napoleon, Total War Empire Definitive Edition, Total War Pharaoh Dynasties, Total War Rome Remastered, and Total War Shogun 2, all on Steam. So like I said in the beginning of the video, a majority of the games this week are that Total War series coming over from Sega. So that's the 13 titles we've got coming on to GeForce Now this week. But anyways, guys, that'll wrap it up for this week. Expanding into the India region is going to make a lot of people happy when it comes to GeForce Now. We've got our 13 titles for this week, a ton of Total War as far as it goes with that series, and Sega here, and of course a lot of great announcements coming out of Gamescom, RTX 5080 SuperPods, and a lot of great new features to take advantage of on GFN. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for now. Thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. As always, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.